Commentator John Watson.
The second full house at Anfield in 4 days, and the Liverpool supporters are hoping the return of Kenny Dalglish will help offset the disappointment of their European exit. He comes back for David Hodgson, who drops to substitute. Ronnie Whelan has recovered from the knee injury which forced him to leave the field in the first half on Wednesday, and captain Graham Souness is fit to make his 200th league appearance for Liverpool. But it was Ian Rush who silenced the Everton supporters by scoring 4 times at Goodison Park earlier in the season.
And this is where Liverpool have made the game look so easy. They've come out of defence, got into their stride, and seemed to get an extra man through. It's Ian Rush. Can he score his 4th? It looks as though he has. Yes! 5-0.
And Everton field only 5 of the 11 who started that match. This is the team which fought so well at Old Trafford in the FA Cup and beat Southampton on Tuesday, when one of the scorers was Kevin Sheedy, who returns to his old club, Liverpool, for his first senior derby at Anfield. Everton manager Howard Kendall in the tracksuit in the second row back. He played the last time Everton won here in 1970. And in the front row of the director's box this afternoon, Bobby Robson, the England manager, finalising his squad for the forthcoming match against Greece. And there's Liverpool's Bob Paisley, manager for a derby match for the very last time. Referee is Neil Midgley from Salford. Everton have won only one of the last 22 league meetings between the two Merseyside clubs. As Grobbelaar comes to make the first clearance of the afternoon, Liverpool might reflect that they lead in the overall series of league derbies by only 1, 45 to 44, thanks to their 5-0 win at Goodison earlier in the season. McMahon played a 1-2, or tried to, with Stevens. Here's Dalglish going to his right, Sammy Lee. A better ball was Rush. Johnston making his way into the penalty area. Here's Whelan. Rush is there again. Johnston, Dalglish teed up for Souness. A nice, crisp start from Liverpool, and already, as Souness I'm sure would acknowledge, the influence in the Liverpool attack of his Scottish international colleague, Kenny Dalglish, was something that Liverpool missed badly against Widzew Łódź. Lawrenson. Sheedy trying to feed the ball through with his left foot. Phil Neal found Rush, who found Lee. Dalglish in the centre, to his left Whelan, going through the centre and away by Stevens. Kennedy. Well, Dalglish already has had 4 very good touches. What a good ball in, Rush is there! And somehow Arnold held on. There was no flag for offside, and the Everton defence was caught asleep. Dalglish played the ball in, and Rush looked certain to add to the 4 he got against Everton earlier in the season. But he struck the ball at the goalkeeper, who somehow hung on for dear life. Sharp. Irvin, who likes to take on the fullback on the right flank for Everton. That's his cross, but it's well out. Johnston, Lee, Rush, and now Sheedy for Everton. Oh, it was missed by Lawrence, and he's through the centre. Through against Grobbelaar and misses. What a chance for Everton and Adrian Heath. It was an unusual error by Mark Lawrenson. The ball ran under his foot, it seemed, and Heath was clean through. Now, Everton have not been taking their chances very well of late, and Heath will reflect on that, and he didn't show very much composure at all. Only 5 minutes gone, and already a very good scoring chance has fallen to both sides. Souness for Liverpool. Dalglish is calling. Rush is the target. Late challenge by Ronnie Whelan on Gary Stevens. The nerves always tingle on Derby Day, especially among the younger players. And the fans, once again, making the atmosphere here something very special indeed. McMahon going in strongly with Whelan, hooked on by Sharp. Turned away by Sheedy, out to Bailey. Hansen. It's going to come to McMahon. Being watched today by the England manager, one of a number of young players who've come through the under-21 ranks. And the England manager is watching his very first Merseyside derby this afternoon. Souness to Hansen. Dalglish to Whelan. Johnston's in there. But so was Bailey. And the pack pot there in the background. There's some Everton supporters mingling there on the right-hand side with the Liverpool fans. Stevens, Heath's coming in. It might fall for Sheedy. Phil Neal covering for Sammy Lee. Bailey. Oh, and Sharp nearly on the end of it. Well, Bailey had the shot, but there was an anxious moment there for Liverpool when Sheedy came in on the cross. He beat Lee, but Neal was there. And there's already been a fair amount of incident. Ratcliffe knocks the corner flag out of its position, and also Craig Johnston takes a tumble. And I think that's all in good Merseyside humour, although he's got a background far different from this part of the world, Craig Johnston. The flag meantime has fallen over again, and Sammy Lee, who is a Merseysider, is enjoying a bit of banter with the crowd and the linesman. All good fun. Here's Neal. Driven, Rush! Well, the humour turned suddenly for Everton there. Neal struck the ball in, and Rush got a glancing header on it. Kennedy. Sheedy, and they were just trying to avoid the offside there, Sharp and Heath, but in the end Sharp was caught. Here's Hansen. Dalglish. Oh, it's a good ball, it's Rush on his left. Oh, from that angle I think he did as well as he possibly could. Dalglish fed it through, and Rush, from that position, if he was going to beat the goalkeeper, was possibly always going to edge it just beyond the far post, but it was a fine effort, and showed how quickly Dalglish and Rush combine when they're at their best. McMahon. And onside, Irving. What a chance for Everton. Kennedy did well to catch it. Brilliantly saved by Grobbelaar. Kevin Richardson, a Geordie playing in the Merseyside derby, brings the best out of the Rhodesian goalkeeper. The ball turned in by Sheedy, and Everton are having a good spell. McMahon. Sheedy in, and Higgins had stayed forward. Foul rather by Higgins. But the Liverpool defence caught square now 3 times in the first half.
Souness. Dalglish trying to get Whelan. It was a good ball inside Irvine, and Whelan skipped round him. Everton again have got cover on. They've really worked hard for each other in this first half, the Everton side, and Stevens was the player there who helped his colleague. Now Irvine trying to find Sharp. Neil linking with the attack again. Lee. Souness. Kennedy. Dalglish. And Kennedy comes through, and he comes through well. But Everton had 7 bodies back, guarding the goal, apart from the keeper. Souness finds Lee. Rush. Souness. Oh. A funny old week for him, but it's a good ball in. Dalglish. And he's round them all. Good block. Mark Higgins saved the day for Everton, the captain. Well, that was a superb intervention. And look at that ball chipped in there for Sheedy. It may be offside this time, but that's what's given Liverpool an uneasy first half at times. Having said that, what about Dalglish there in the penalty area? Skipped round 2 opponents, seemed as though he was going to score, but Mark Higgins threw himself in and blocked it. Oh, well played by Bailey. Couldn't pass it back. Lawrenson's given it away. Sheedy wants to put Irvine through. Made those Liverpool defenders turn and work, running back towards their own goal of Everton. So, coming to the end of the first half, it's been absorbing that Howard Kendall's tactics have worked, and his team's tenacity has played a big part in restraining Liverpool, and also with some good balls from the middle of the field, opening up the Liverpool defence on a couple of occasions when Everton may well feel they should have scored. Having said that, there were chances too at the other end, and the derby match, as always, has got plenty of incident. Little bow there from Bruce Grobbelaar, who always has an amusing exchange with the Everton supporters on Derby Day. So Liverpool, beaten only 3 times in league matches this season, are attacking the Kop in the second half, but it's become a good week for Everton Football Club up to now. See if it continues. First team and reserves have both had wins, and their youth team look like reaching the final of the FA Youth Cup. And certainly their pride in the first half was there for all to see. That was Hansen, and then McMahon, Irvine, Richardson, Stevens. And again they've released one of the front players, Sharp. Knocked it back to Irvine. Sheedy's in the centre. That's Stevens' cross. Heath, McMahon. Rush. Now Ronnie Whelan to Souness. Whelan's begun to run through the centre. This is Dalglish. Now Whelan dummied. Dalglish. And again, Everton so good with the timely interception. That's what's made it a good afternoon for them up to now. The footer's gone in just when Liverpool have looked like creating a shooting opportunity. Will they do so again? Kennedy holding them off, charging on. The referee happy to see the play run. Souness. And again. Dalglish. Kennedy is still well forward. And he's forced a corner. Driven by Dalglish, and it just caught the top of the goal. He really is capable of providing the unexpected from all sorts of positions. Driven right across, and it must have just clipped the top of the bar, I think, as it went over. Heath. Offside. Sharp. Kenny Dalglish, who missed the midweek match because of a virus, now needs attention for a nasty cut. So, play resumes with Alan Kennedy on the ball. Whelan. Dalglish. Rush has made a good run. He's onside. And Rush, well saved by Arnold. He needed Richardson at the end. But Ian Rush, coming in from the angle, brought the best out of a goalkeeper who's been hurt making the save. Jim Arnold now has try-spoiled Rush at virtually point-blank range. But in making that save, he finished up flat out and possibly concussed. Warming up for Everton, hasn't played in their team for 6 months. They're anxious on that bench, Howard Kendall and Mick Heaton, because if the goalkeeper's hurt to the point where he can't carry on, it could turn the match completely. And the stretcher is being called for. Still checking to see if he's all right. And they're taking the stretcher away. Well, that's a brave decision by Jim Arnold and possibly by Howard Kendall, who wasn't slow to go across and work out whether or not to take the goalkeeper off. Now, can Everton keep the ball away from Arnold while he recovers? Richardson. Flag was up for offside there. A referee again plays an advantage. But these now are testing moments for Everton. They'll have to try and keep the play away from the goalkeeper as long as possible. Indeed, they're doing that by trying to get Heath through. And Howard Kendall making his way back to his seat. And Lee gets Liverpool going. Dalglish against Ratcliffe. And Dalglish is penalised. Irvin hobbling after being involved in a block tackle in the midfield, and Liverpool will make the substitution. Graham Souness has gone off and David Hodgson has come on. Souness has obviously taken a knock just behind, possibly there on the leg. Kennedy and Hodgson, having come on, is playing on the left for the moment. Whelan. Kennedy. Driven low, Rush nearly got a foot to it. Will it come again to Whelan? It will. Rush is in there with the goalkeeper. And can Johnston drive one? And no, elbows won't be given. Hodgson drove it, but the referee was right on the spot. And he decided that a Liverpool player was impeding his opponent.
and has not allowed a goal. Alan Ainscough, who had a spell on loan at Barnsley, makes his first Everton appearance for 6 months in place of the injured Alan Irvine. So both subs on now. Ainscough, forward by Neil, and here's a chance for Hodgson. Hodgson's shot, but from that angle it was always hopeful. And on the third row up there, Jock Stein, with a piece of yellow paper in his hand, is finalising his squad for the forthcoming match against Switzerland. Scotland manager Hansen. Whelan pushing on through the inside left position, leaving Rush free to take the wider role. Lee. Now they've switched. Whelan. Lee again. Kennedy. And Kennedy against Stevens. That's a tussle which the Liverpool man has won for the moment. Whelan. Lee. Dalglish. Hodgson. Possibilities perhaps for the black flick, and Dalglish is in here. What a save by the goalkeeper, who nearly went off the field. The player has got a cut over his left eye, cut in and had the shot, and the goalkeeper has been kicked in the mouth, responded with a flying save. And he comes again and rushes in there, but Jim Arnold will be making a few headlines, I fancy, on Merseyside again this weekend, as he did last week at Manchester United. Kennedy. Rush. And Kennedy goes again. Rush. Here's Dalglish. Tucks it back. Whelan drives. The player in the way was Higgins. Kennedy. Dalglish. Goal kick. Goal kick. Good decision. Referee superbly placed. Neil Midgley has come through this Merseyside derby with as much credit as the players. Kevin Richardson had a useful match for Everton. But all their players have demonstrated an awful lot of passion this afternoon. Referee's checked his watch again, deep into injury time. And Everton have regained some pride on Merseyside. Jim Arnold, who got a kick in the mouth, responding extremely well when it looked as though he might have had to have gone off. But Everton only the second team to prevent Liverpool from scoring here this season. They've ended Liverpool's run of 11 consecutive league wins at Anfield. And although Liverpool's position at the top can't in any way be affected, they'll look back, I suppose, on a match when they had the greatest share of play, but when they had to settle for 1 point rather than 3. Everton will be glad to have got that 5-0 thrashing earlier in the season completely out of their system.